Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Bimmer barn. Today we're going to be looking at my E53 X5 and discussing the different tire options that you have when it comes to fitting larger tires, tires from other models, as well as what you can do to make the car more capable off-road. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. So here is my 2003 X5 3-liter. It is a manual transmission, but that doesn't have anything to do with the tire fitment. What we currently have installed are some E70 X5 wheels. So these are definitely bigger than the ones that came on the car. I still do have them. We're going to get there in a second. But these E70 wheels are 19 inches and they have some staggered fitment as well. They're 255 in the front and 255 tires in the rear, but I think that the rears have a little bit more stretch. So it's a 19x9 front and a 19x10 rear. Now the thing about this generation X5 is that it actually has the same bore size as just about every other BMW, 72.5. But the E70 wheels, these came at a 74mm bore. So they're giving us, I think, a little bit of vibration right now at highway speeds because the wheel isn't perfectly centered on the axle and the size isn't exactly meant for the car. They're pretty heavy wheels. So the biggest wheels that you could get from factory on the E53, I think were 20s, and on the E70 you could actually go up to 21s and 22s if you had the X5M. And by the way, for those of you guys that were curious, these are called Style 232 wheels. If you're going to put them on your E53, be sure to use some hub rings. But now we're going to go back a few generations to the Style 57s. These are the original rims that came on my X5. They are 17 inches by 7.5 wide, and they are a square setup. So there's no changes in offsets like those wheels, and there's no changes in the width as well, which kind of plays to your advantage because now you can rotate your tires front to rear, and they'll all be the same size, which makes it a little bit cheaper to buy tires as well. And these are 17s, so the tires are going to be cheaper than buying 19s. Now the problem with these right now is that these Milestar brand tires, which I've never heard of, these are really old. Same thing as the ones on my X5 right now, and I've kind of been stretching driving on those things, but I definitely want to get rid of them. These tires, just like those, are about 8 or 10 years old, and they're just kind of scary with the number of cracks and the damage that's already on there. So I've got some new tires to install. Let's go ahead and compare all three of them, the 19s, the 17s, and the new tires, and take a look at how big of a difference it's going to make on the car. So here we have our 17-inch wheel with 245, 65, 17 tires. Then we have our 19-inch rim with 255, 50 19s. And here is the big boy here. This is a 245, 75, 17 tire that we're going to put on the factory E53 wheels. So we're going to be solving that hub bore issue with the fitment not being correct, but also look at how much more sidewall we have. And it's definitely going to not only lift the car up, but I'm hoping it's not going to create a lot of clearance issues between the front and rear when we turn the wheel, or in the back of the car when we go over bumps, because it is substantially bigger than the 17. The diameter is 28.5, 28.5, and then 31 inches on the dot for this big tire. So we're going to find out in a minute here. We're going to get these tires mounted at the tire shop and find out if these things fit. And I'm hoping that it doesn't need spacers for clearance, but I'll probably end up adding them in the future because I know for a fact that these wheels sit a little bit more sunken in than the 19s. And these looked really good before, but bad gas mileage, expensive tires, and we want to go for more of an overland off-road look. So let's go ahead, head over to the tire shop now and get these new tires mounted.
Moments later. Eventually.
And here we have the final product. I'll go ahead and show you guys some pictures of the 17-inch wheels before with the factory tire size, and then now with the upgraded tires. Remember that these went from a 65 tall tire to a 75 tall, which is about 1.25 inches larger diameter all around. So you got to keep that in mind. It is going to be closer to the fenders like you can see, and realistically we don't rub that much or at all driving in a straight line, but turning the wheel in the front does lead us to rub a little bit in the front and a little bit in the back, but that's only at full lock. And this is again the stock suspension. So soon enough, we're gonna have to do a lift kit on this car. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that video, as well as some spacers, because I think the rear tires are a little bit more sunken in than I would prefer. The fronts don't look that bad, but I think with a little bit more offset and maybe another inch in the air, I think that this truck would look great. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. So that's going to conclude our video for today. I hope everyone enjoyed watching. If you did and you want to see more X5 content, be sure to leave a like or a comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't yet. As always, I hope everyone has an amazing day, and we will see you next time.